All right, we all know about the importance of exercise in maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and it's even more important for children and teens to get regular exercise to combat obesity, reduce anxiety, and improve self-esteem. The Danialle Karmanos Work It Out program uses a yoga-based approach to teach kids how to have a healthy body, mind, and spirit. Take a look.
Danialle Karmanos Work It Out is a 10-week yoga and nutrition-based program that equips children in Detroit with the tools kids need to reduce anxiety, prevent obesity, and increase self-esteem. Today, adults and children are dealing with a consistent barrage of daily stressors.
Unfortunately, our kids are very stressed. The expectations from school, from parents, from friends, and as adults, I think we forget that.
One thing that's really important about this program is that it makes a real difference in kids' lives.
When I'm having a rough day, I do yoga so I can feel good and forget about all the bad stuff that happened in my day.
Violence, bullying, and even current events can have a profound effect on our children's sense of security and inner peace.
In their everyday life, yoga can help them become less reactive. A lot of times, people end up in bad situations because they're just being really reactive. And by practicing yoga, they're learning these breathing techniques and these postures to get them to just relax, be more patient, and in doing so, they're less reactive.
I think this is an excellent tool for kids to manage stress. The breathing ball is a great tool to help kids connect to the breath, which is the main tool to connect in yoga. The breathing is the tool that connects you to the present moment. It not only makes your mind calmer, but it makes it sharper so that we can start to realign ourselves, refocus ourselves.
My favorite part of the class when we do all of our sun salutations and we breathe and stuff and like get all of our bad stuff out and get our good stuff in.
DKWIO empowers kids with meaningful tools to provide optimum health in mind, body, and spirit.
The nutrition program highlights the importance of having a well-balanced meal, of incorporating all dietary components, your carbs, your grains, fruits, vegetables.
The more they learn, the more that they're willing to try new, healthier choices. I think it's good to start teaching them about their different options now, because as an adult, it's much harder to change your eating habits.
Well, yeah, teach me not to eat like whole bags of chips, lots of greasy things, and try to eat fruit at least once a day.
Each semester, students receive their own yoga mat, a nutrition and yoga workbook, and instruction each week from a committed, certified instructor. We strive to provide our students with engaging educational content every week.
Adding the animal sounds and the call and response cheers have been really helpful because that gives the kids some way to have fun with this practice, and it makes it more accessible for them.
With a dedicated team of volunteers, schools, and staff, we provide students with a safe, quiet, and focused environment to teach these skills. Skills that will not only enhance their performance in school, but have a profound and lasting impression on the rest of their lives.
What I like about yoga is that yoga is challenging. It helps exercise your muscles, it helps you with your balance, It relieves stress, and it's just really fun.
Gratitude is the best attitude. Gratitude is the best attitude. In here, gratitude is the best attitude.
Our measure of success comes from the feedback we receive from our students and how they use these tools and share them with family and friends outside of the classroom. Because of the generosity of all of our volunteers, corporate and community partners, we are able to reach out into this community and affect the lives of thousands of children in Detroit.
I'm really thankful for it because it's really cool. Everything. This is our chance to learn something we never learned. Well, I just want to thank you for your participation, because of the donations we would not have the yoga mats and the instructors that we have and all of the equipment that they use in our yoga class.
And joining me now are two members of the Danialle Karmanos Work It Out team. Trish DeWald is Executive Director for Development and Communications, and Carrie Trahan is Program and Volunteer Coordinator and a yoga instructor. Both of you, welcome to American Black Journal.
Thanks for having us.
Carrie, I'm going to start with you because while we were sitting watching the film, I said to you, hey, I can't do yoga. I'm not limber enough. And you said something back to me that I thought was really insightful. What was it?
If you can breathe, you can do yoga.
If you can breathe, you can do yoga. It's a wonderful way to think about it. And that sort of points up that yoga is not just about physical activity. It's about all these other things. It's about your mind and your spirit and all these great things that especially it's great to have kids doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually really, people think of yoga as a physical exercise. Like you said, I'm not limber, but it's really a breathing exercise that connects the mind and body. And the practice, teaching kids how to breathe, teaches them how to self-regulate, help them with their homework, just to calm down and relax.
Yeah, just be a little more zen, right? I would imagine, though, that when you first get kids, little kids, into a class like this, they're probably a little hesitant or skeptical, like I was, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. We have really fun breathing games that we do with them to keep their attention on their breath. And again, teaching them those breathing techniques really gives them the tools and the opportunity to take a moment to just breathe and let go of whatever is outside of their control, and just helping them realize that one thing that they can do in control is how they breathe.
Is how they breathe, yeah. Connecting this to schools, which is what you guys are doing, obviously a really important outreach, especially in places like Detroit, where kids just don't have any other place to have this kind of outlet. A lot of them, gym classes and things like that are less prevalent than they used to be.
So true, and Michigan is one of the few states in the nation that has no requirement for physical education. There's a recommendation the state has, but with so many demands on the time in the classroom activities, it's one of the first things to be cut.
Yeah, yeah. Talk about where the idea for this program comes from.
Yeah, so our founder, Danialle Karmanos, she's a news junkie, and a little more than 10 years ago, she was, collecting the news for the day and reading about the really serious epidemic of childhood obesity.
Yeah.
And, the childhood health is affected so much more negatively when kids are living in poverty. And as we know, our community is a high number of kids living in poverty. And, she said, gosh, Pete, somebody should do something about this. And like Pete Karmanos would do, said, okay, go for it.
Well, go ahead and do it.
Go for it. And so what was really, the foundation was really about giving kids the opportunity to move, and it was all sorts of different ways: dodgeball, dance, soccer, baseball. But what was interesting is that the kids really resonated with the yoga.
Huh. They responded.
The kids responded,
Yeah.
and I think that's really an important thing to know about our organization, is that it's really led by the children. We're responding to their needs, to their opportunities, and to help them. And so when you've got 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders saying, I want to be still, I want to be quiet, you go with that.
Right? You probably get a lot of parents who are enthused about that idea, right?
That's right.
Kids
And
being still.
we have young kids, right? When you say to your kids, take a deep breath,
yeah, right.
but we're teaching kids really how to take that moment, slow down, and to be still for just a minute.
Yeah, yeah. What do the kids tell you about what they're learning in the classes?
that they learn how to eat better, make better food choices, and also it prevents them from getting into fights with their siblings. A lot of them will say, I took a deep breath before I reacted. I was really angry, but I took a deep breath and I felt better, and I realized I didn't have to do that, or I didn't have to eat that. So it makes an impact in their day-to-day choices.
Yeah, yeah. Is there a way to sort of grow this, or is there a need to grow this beyond what you guys are doing?
There's nobody that doesn't need
Yeah.
what we're doing. You know, our biggest barrier right now is funding. But you know, that's why they brought me on board, is to find the money and to find the opportunity. And you know, I'm really proud of the fact that we received a nice grant from the Health Endowment Fund to take our program to 1,100 more kids in the upcoming year. But yeah, everybody needs it.
Yeah.
You know, we're looking at perhaps realigning our curriculum. Right now, we're specifically with 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. We're looking at the opportunity to address children a little bit older, perhaps a little bit younger, but really there's nobody who doesn't need this.
And there's wraparound with this too. I mean, it's not just yoga sessions. You guys are talking to them about all these other
We're talking to them
issues.
about pro-social behavior, how to respond positively, how to take what they're learning in our sessions out into the real world, into their classrooms, into conflict with their friends and family members.
Yeah.
And really importantly, talking to them about nutrition. Now, we know our 3rd graders aren't making the meals that they're eating.
Right.
But kids can
If
say
they go
no.
home and start talking about healthier eating, and as you point out, say no to things that that they shouldn't be
Right,
eating.
like the little boy earlier, you know, I said no to an extra serving of potato chips.
Right.
And we give kids the tools to sort of flex their strength muscles. Strength is one of our sessions, and we talk to the kids about what they can put into their body to make it strong, strong yoga poses, strong breathing exercises. But we ask the kids after that session to share a time that they flex their strength muscle. And I'll never forget, one of the instructors came back and said, 2 little kids said they said no to pop, but 1 little girl said no to a stranger.
Oh, wow.
That's powerful stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
1 session, 45 minutes, big deal.
Right. Well, what about the parents? Do they give you much feedback about what they're seeing at home once the kids are doing that?
This empowers the kids to be vehicles of change in the community, because they're encouraging their parents, as you said, to try yoga, try some of the recipes that we talk about in our nutrition portion of the program. So yeah, absolutely. The parents are now looking for yoga to do in Detroit.
I was going to say, maybe we need to work it out for adults.
That's right.
in Detroit, get the parents involved in something like this.
Definitely.
Yeah. What feedback are you getting from the schools about the changes there?
Well, I mean, more than ever, they need us in the schools. I mean, there's never been a school that said, no, thank you.
Yeah, we don't need this.
And for us, we come currently at no cost to the schools, so we're entirely funded by philanthropy.
Yeah.
So the schools want us, they need us, they beg to have us back.
Yeah. What happens in the summer when the kids are gone?
So we've partnered this year with Healthy Detroit, and through a grant from Born and Raised Detroit, we're able to provide our sessions for 6 weeks in the summertime at some of the new health parks.
Oh, very good. Yeah. Well, and I would imagine that there's maybe some meals involved in that too.
We sure hope so.
Yeah, yeah. You're getting kids eating healthy and doing all these things. All right, so maybe I got to change my mind. Maybe I can breathe so that I can do yoga.
You got to come out. We'll get you out for one of the summer sessions.
I'm certain that my kids will be better at it than I am. But this is a wonderful program, and thanks very much for doing it. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.